gonna make some beer. If your bar is looking pretty much as dismal as what mine is, I mean, I've had a lot of people ask, where can we get booze from? Where can we get cigarettes from? Where can we get sort of those little essentials that a lot of people do want but not allowed to have? So, not that I can get it, just by the way. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, all your mofos out of there, how to make your own pineapple beer. And I'm also going to show you how to make an apple cider. And it takes about 7 or 8 days for it to ferment and for you to then be able to obviously bottle it. So just a quick cap on what you guys are going to need. Get like 2 packets of apples. Granny Smith works really well. It's got a good taste for the cider as well. Get 4 or 5 decent sized pineapples. Pinapoli. Okay? Get yourself 2.5 kilograms white sugar and some packets of brewer's yeast, or any yeast will work. Like I said earlier, get yourself like 4 or 5 tea bags and Bob's Uncle, not rooibos. Make sure it's normal tea, so 5 roses, Glen tea, just not rooibos. Right, obviously you're going to need a big ass knife. You're going to need a cutting board. Okay, that's all here, ready, prepared. My life, forgot what I'm doing. You took my shit away. So I've obviously prepped up over here. What you want to do is just make sure you've got a clean working surface. I'm holding this bottle because I needed to explain to you. Save your Coke bottles, Coke Lights, Fantas, whatever. Save as many as you can, because once this is all done, you can basically decanter your beers or cider into these bottles, chuck it in the fridge, and obviously use as you need. So what you want to do is, I've sprayed it down. You want to clean your surface, make sure everything is pretty much user-friendly to work on. We're making pineapple beer, we're not making Corona. Yeah, that was bad. That sucked. Okay, so next step you're going to need to do, get yourself 2 25-litre drums, big buckets if you've got it at home. You can still buy it at Hyperama. A couple of shops are still sort of allowing you to buy those big buckets if necessary. Okay, fill them up just over half, so I call it 2/3 of hot tap water. You don't have to use boiling water. So just basically your big buckets, preferably with lids. All right. And you sit down like this. What you should also do is you should get a helper. I've got a really cool guy that's staying with me, Kyle. He's already filled my drums up for me with hot tap water. You can just chuck it on the floor. Thanks, Bob. Say hi to everyone, Kyle. Hello. Hello. So Carl's spending lockdown with me. It's actually very cool. He's a personal trainer as well, so it's not helping me yet. But so before you start, you actually need to pop yourself a beer. Fuck. Pop yourself a beer. I've decided to have a Heineken rather. Much better. So before you start, make sure you got your favorite drink. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, let's get started.
You're gonna cut the pineapples up like such.
So actually a better idea is just throw all the junk into a separate bag and not into your actual rubbish bin in your kitchen, because if you're not using a rubbish bin that often, it's just gonna stink, man. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep chopping this pineapple up. If you've got a blender will work really cool. So basically what you do is you take the pineapple, mix it into the blender with a little bit of hot water, and you kind of turn it into a smoothie. And obviously just paste it out a little bit better. It will work. It's not that this way is not going to work. Not everybody has a blender. So listen careful.
Listen properly.
Remember, nice and hot. You're going to start chucking all your cut pieces into the bucket. Just like this. It's nice! Hope you guys are going to share your pineapple peel with me. Oh, yes, nice. 5-second rule. I've got a clean floor. Okay, so by the time you've done this, you've added your pineapple into your hot tap water. Doesn't have to be boiling water once again. My phone's message alerts. Keep going on. Okay, so by the time you guys have done this, what you want to do is to your pineapple mixture, you want to add 4 kilograms of white sugar. So I've got 2 packets of 2.5 kilograms, so I'm just going to do like the best I can. Obviously, the warm water also helps the sugar dissolve into your alcoholic solution, which is not alcoholic yet, but it is a good thing. Just give it a good stir. You can use a knife, you can use your hand, you can use, man, whatever you like. There you go. So, you're at the right temperature now. What you want to do is take your yeast, brewer's yeast, obviously works pretty much the same as any other yeast as far as I'm concerned. You only want to take 20 grams, okay? So it's basically one of these packets. You can add a little bit more in if you really want to. It's not entirely necessary. Once you've stirred everything, I want you guys to open the packet. Open here. It doesn't fucking open. There we go. Open the packet. And just sort of sprinkle it across the top. Just like that. And a trick that I've learned from another brewer, also a home brewer, that if you sprinkle the yeast on top, just sort of like close it, seal it with the lid, and leave it just for 5 minutes. Once that 5 minutes is up, then open it up again, give it a good stir. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so this bucket's really well sealed. What I have done is I've punched 2 tiny little holes in here, literally with pins, just to let a tiny bit of air escape that needs to escape. Okay, and there you have your pineapple. While we're doing that, let's prepare our apple cider so long. Thanks, man. Okay, you want to get something that seals a little bit tighter than this one, so it's shitty. Here's what I do. Okay. Apple cider, here we come.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 packets of apples. Oh, we need apple. Actually, I don't need to shit away anymore, dude. Hey, bro.
Okay, these guys, you don't have to chop as fine as the pineapples, but I mean, give it a good chop anyway. Just slice and dice and carry on as you need to, kind of thing, you know. I in actual fact make one pull once a year. I know some of you guys have tasted it, and yeah, you've kind of forgotten all the events that occurred here the same night. Take your tea bags about halfway through and just kind of like drop it in there, add a bit of flavour to it. Know what I'm saying? Right, so now that we've got our apples ready and prepped, we'll take our second 2.5 kilogram bag of sugar.
If you don't got sugar, you can get some sugar from a neighbor. And I borrow a cup of sugar.
Give it a stir. Okay, you're going to want to stir this up really, real good. Okay, so once that is done, take your yeast once again and just sprinkle it around the top. going to give this a close for 5 minutes. So we'll actually set it aside right over here. And let's check on what this one's doing. Man, that's working pretty well already. Check out. Okay, let's give it a stir. I'm going to add a little bit more sugar to it as well. Don't forget. Now I'm playing. And there, your pineapple beer is ready to ferment. Now, like I said, this is quite a nice sealing lid, which is cool. Always a better option. I just poked 2 tiny little holes in the top, just literally with a pin, just to let the air out. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave it alone for like 7-8 days, except for that once a day that you open it and give it a tiny little bit of a stir. That is absolutely it. The rest of the time, leave it alone. Don't let the kids play with it. Don't let your wife near it. Just leave it alone. And then in 7 or 8 days, you are going to have a delicious pineapple flavored alcoholic beverage, otherwise known as pineapple beer, which has been made in South Africa for many years. There is other ways of doing it, but to me this one works the best, and it's pretty cool. After the 7 or 8 days, what you're going to want to do is you're going to decant it, sieve it out, and obviously fill your bottle. So make sure you've got a funnel and just a normal strainer, which will work just fine. And yeah, pour it over some ice. Drink it the way you want to drink it. I don't care. That's how you make pineapple beer. Let's check on our apple stuff. Apple. Where the apple? Check, yeah, bro. If I gave this one a nice little stir, I'm going to put another kilogram and a half of sugar. So that's about a kilogram there. Just don't use rooibos. I've never tried it, but you know what? Do what you. I don't care. Just do what you want. Okay? I don't care. Do you girls know what a tea bag is? That's a tea bag on them apples. That's it. Bless you. And there you have it. You now have both apple cider and pineapple beer. Keep it closed, stir it once every 2 days, and don't forget to leave your wife completely away from it until it's ready to be drank. I hope you join us for the next edition of Beering with Shanta. Thank you, come again.